too, but welcome to bounce after that too. Does anybody have an extra one of those papers with like the notes and stuff? But then pass them all out. I have that for now.
Yeah.
So I coached in, we had a rec league, kind of K-2 program that the rec did. I did that for 4 years because I made my son did junior kindergarten, so he did kindergarten twice. So we got 4 years and 3 years, and Anthony did the same thing, Joey did the same thing. So lots of experience coaching the K-2 thing. It's did some research. And again, I want this to be like a T-ball, age appropriate, kind of thing. And I don't think you have to make it too complicated, right? So, rookie flag. Saturday is going to be 8 to 9 o'clock. High school practice field. If we get back to normal on that. Going to do a warm up for 10 minutes. I kind of went through. You guys were there. Like, you can change it. Just I think keep it basic, keep it fun. Just getting kids lined up right now, guys, is like the hardest part. And it's like just getting kids lined up and having fun, and it's using cones and all that kind of stuff helps. I have these are my rookie flag bags. There's just a crap load of cones in there. Also, too, I got special footballs for you guys. They're in yet, but they're really soft, smaller footballs. I had a first or second grader wanted to quit football because his hands hurt when he caught the ball. I think he quit because of that, man. Let's make sure they're soft and they're easy. They're green, they're random colors. So those are coming. If they're not in, it's usually they're little kiwi balls, but. And then just working on really good stances. And the one thing I want for my third graders coming in is that they have a good stance. Like that makes my job easier for third graders that are coming in. Just so we kind of bird dog and all that, and go over that a little bit. Working on starting, coming off the line, just random bear crawls, side shuffles, backpedaling, just different kind of things. Maybe make it different every time, but having some structure where there's lines and all kind of stuff. If the coaches want to just rotate each week who does a warm up, but then we'll just do like some basic drills. So it's like 10 minutes of warm up, 25 minutes of drills, then 25 minutes of playing like this modified game. Okay? Flag pulling, blocking. We're not throwing the ball yet, just taking handoffs, running over bags. I think we just keep it really basic and have some fun kind of thing. And the one thing I do want to go over is, a little bit skill-wise, we have a flag pulling system. We didn't really have one last year, so I want like we have a tackling model, but like a flag pulling model that kids can kind of like do it. And like, if you guys get 1 or 2 points of the 5 points right now, and you keep building, it'll be really good. Because tell you what, man, it was so frustrating. These kids not pulling flags right. They do everything right and miss a flag pull, and Avon will go 30 yards for a touchdown. It would almost be. And then kind of go over the game. So the game, what we're going to do is make a modified field. We could just use cones, but I'm thinking like, again, we kind of did this at the end of that practice. Maybe something like 20 yards by really 20 yards. Again, like guys, change it. If you want to make it more narrow or more wide based on your feedback, go ahead and do that. You don't want too wide where kids are just running around. But what we're going to do is just keeping it simple. And again, I was a little frustrated when I was doing this because like coaches make plays for 2 minutes. It would take forever, and then run a play and the kid would just drop the ball, and they'd have to huddle over again. It would like get 2 plays. And I was like, we just need like, you know what I mean? Just line them up and go. So what we're going to do is we're going to have those orange spot cones. Just these dudes. Maybe every 2 to 3 yards. I think we were too tight last week. Just spread them out. Right? Offense is just going to flip and line up on a spot cone. Right? And make sure they're in a good stance. Right? Like set your feet, slide, squeeze, sink down. There's like I think you have to do that every single time. It may take 10 seconds, but make sure. Right? Don't start the play until every kid is like doing it as well as they can. So kids will just run back and they'll just find a spot cone. Defense will line up 1 yard away, And then it's going to be on the 15-yard line every time. We're not going to move the spot cones. You know what I'm saying? This is almost like baseball. Like you get it at bat, and you're going to get just one team will just run plays, but just run for 10 minutes. As many touchdowns as you can get, kind of thing. You're not really keeping score, but like there's no first downs. I want kids scoring touchdowns. Like scoring touchdowns is fun. If it's too long, it's just going to take so long to get the kids all the way back there. You're going to need to huddle. When the whistle's blown, just run back to your spot cone. It could be a different one every time, doesn't matter. And then what we'll do is each week we're going to add complexity to the ball carrier. All right, we'll add a little step each week. Have kids rotate as ball carriers every play. Week 1, this is what again, if you have feedback, let me know. I just like came up with this at 1 o'clock like 2 months ago. So I was thinking week 1 is have the ball carrier line up as handy kid. There's no quarterback. The kid is going to line up as like a shotgun quarterback. He has the ball. It's just a free for all. Just find grass and score a touchdown. I mean, this is going to be chaos. That's all it's going to be. So if we hopefully have them spaced out enough, and hopefully with some running back drills, and if we can get kids just to run this way right now, like I'll be happy. I mean, doing this before, I mean, we get a third of the kids go this way. We'll get like maybe 2 kids know what they're doing. And it's just like an amoeba, basically. It's a mitochondria. It's like a mitochondria. So that would be week 1. Week 2, I was thinking we'll have the coaches as a center. We'll just like give them a little snap. All right. He drops it just to do a mulligan, line them up again. But I've seen kids. It's my son, one of them. One time got to be quarterback. He fumbled the snap, and it was the last play of the day. He was bawling, crying, and so that would be like to me the next step in the progression: just catch and snap and just wildcat. Week 3, I was thinking of having the coach as the shotgun quarterback, and then working on handoffs. And now maybe they're ready to like do a pocket and have the kid line them up wherever you want, and just do a handoff with Johnny and let them run. So it's kind of the coach pitch part, so coaches are involved with the offense. And then in week 4, now maybe we can have a kid at shotgun in the coach's spot, and you have a running back and a quarterback with no snap, and maybe they're handing off to each other. Week 5, maybe we get the coach snapping it to the quarterback, he catches it, and that's a lot for kids at kindergarten, preschool. So to me, that's my plan. If you guys have ideas to make it better, maybe kids aren't ready for the end, and you just kind of hit it week to week kind of thing. So that was really my idea.
Are you at this, Joel? Are you at the practices for rookie, or we're on our own?
I'm not sure yet. Depends. Like I'm gonna have some game. I might have a game. We played at Avon, the Rocky Rivers League, so I might have a 9 o'clock IYF Flag game. I might have to leave at 8 o'clock. So I want to be there.
Let's make sure somebody knows.
Yeah. So I'm definitely the first week I'll be there for sure. Like I think my job is to make sure you guys are happy. You have what you need. And Coach Wadowicz, you guys know Coach Wadowicz? He's our middle school coach. He was the head coach here for 1 year. He's like the best guy. He was the guy who ran the rec program. He'd just be up there with ball bags, and he'd make a pot of coffee for the parents because it's 8 o'clock in the morning. So I think he might kind of be that role. He might be the guy that's at the field just to make sure everybody's good. And so between him or me, I'm a freak. I'm like, I want to get everything, So
did you do this thing last year? Did we have this?
We didn't have this last year. So we didn't. With COVID, the rec center didn't do anything. We didn't have like K-2 football. So I wanted to add this element into our
I mean, the one thing, like Saturday, it was just a mess. I mean, kids don't know offense or defense. I don't know if we get jerseys or we tell them. I know you split them up like blue. If you go a white and a blue, just so kids can see.
So I'm glad you said again. That was like a camp day, just to get a little practice. Yeah. So we have jerseys.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have getting about that. We have a blue team and a gold team. We're gonna have half the kids have blue jerseys, have to let it help too. And I wanted to have that one kind of practice day just to kind of get the rust off and for you guys to see it and go, oh my gosh, we're hurting cats here. So It's going to be a mess. It's going to be a mess. So I want to keep it as simple as possible. So what we'll do is what we want to do is I want to have 2 fields like this. So there's one blue team and one gold team. Just each week split it in half. So there's maybe I think 11 on each team, or 11 and 12, or whatever it is. So won't be so crazy. So we'll have like one of your coaches, in each program, kind of thing. So the jerseys will help. And you can each week split up different kids. I don't care. So we have 2 squads per team. If that makes sense. Is there anything else that help? Have a box of flags, but I'll be up there making sure things are
We're just gonna go, say, 10 minutes, we're gonna let all the kids go through, touch the ball, go score.
Yeah.
That's what I
That's like an inning. Yeah, we'll just go through as many times as you can, take a little break, then just switch teams. That's pretty much it. Make sure they're having fun.
And we'll touch the ball.
Yeah, get the touch, and hopefully get 2 or 3. I mean, before each kid would get maybe, we'd do like 40 minutes of drills, and then by the time we got organized, we play for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And maybe the kid got the ball once. So I want kids to get the ball 3 or 4 times every Saturday. Score touchdowns here and there. And that's it. Just get them just enough to keep the first and second grade flag. And then the other thing too is like the defense. I was thinking maybe like 3 or 4 yards off the ball. Maybe you guys can maybe manipulate that, or maybe it's too far. So just kind of keep an eye on like how much. We'd want to play, and the kids would just be like, standing around. Half the kids, there were like 2 kids knew what was going on. So we'll build it. We'll get it going. They just haven't seen it yet. Make sure all the coaches have whistles. I have whistles. It's the most important thing is like a whistle. And just making sure when the kid hears a whistle, they can run back. Because that's what it's going to be like. Anybody here coach T-ball? Like the bar is really low. It's like really, really, really low. I want this to be more fun. Let's make this more fun than T-ball. It just is what it is. My little dude.
I'm thirsty.
It's my wife Lisa. Hey.
Lisa, you want to leave like an hour or something?
Like 2 hours ago.
I've never done ice cream social before. Oh my gosh, that was crazy.
Well, I was keeping an eye on you. I was like, Dee, I gotta go. She said, Joel is still here. He's gone. Lost him.
Stuck out, man.
I need to look.
His little, oh shoot, I went
Yeah.
Son of a putt. Hi, Dylan. How was your performance?
Good.
Good. And that's the other thing now. They've got like a cheerleading program now. We didn't have that before. Like one of the moms like, let's get cheerleading and get cheerleaders to our games. So we got 4 cheerleaders, but we had like 80, 90 kids at cheerleader camp. So all this people are getting excited about football. It's kind of cool to see. So to me, that's pretty much like rookie flag. I don't think. I'll go over some of the drills, so like we kind of are all on the same page with kind of how we do drills and so somewhat building, and there's only so much you're gonna get right now. Like baseball, man, like they can just get their elbow up and bend their knees. Like that's kind of I'll be happy with that for T-ball. If they could just step towards this way, if we do like 2 or 3 things right, like that's all. That's just we can build on that. So I think that's that same kind of thing. Any questions in terms of just logistics for rookie flag? Just get excited when they score a touchdown. Let them have fun. Oh, the other thing is like nicknames. Nicknames are good. Kids love nicknames. Flag pulling. Where's my flags on here? So a couple of things for flag pulling that we teach. Again, drills. I like to start at the end and then make it harder, work our way out. But and I also work with our high school coaching staff to make sure that things are integrated. And let's use the same terminology where it makes sense. So we use what's called cheek to cheek. It's what they use. So we'll have them lined up cheek to cheek, right? Shot come up here. He's too big. So just again, we want to be on the hip. We got the new tackling system too. Like so, tackling's on the side, rugby style. So let's make ssure, like a kindergarten, pre-K, we're teaching that, right, Ashley? Cheek to cheek. Right? You know what it is. All right. So we want to be on a hip We don't want to be in front of the guy. We're tracking hips. So this cheek to his cheek. All right, so Sean's the ball carrier. We're bending our knees, we're here. And then I have the kids. There's like some secrets to flag pulling. You can get good at it. And you know, and there's NFL teams that will do flags to work on tracking and stuff. Like, I saw the Browns DB coach talk at youth football, and they'll do flags for tracking. And I always tell the kids too, right, you pull flags with your eyes first. You're looking, the only thing that matters in the world is that flag on that hip. It's that one, that's all that matters, right? Girlfriend doesn't matter, right? What's for dinner doesn't matter. So my eyes are here, I'm cheek to cheek, and you pull the flag high. You pull that as high as you can. All right? If you grab it in the middle or down low, sometimes kids will whiff. And it's the most frustrating thing. You're right there and you just slide through their hand and the kid does a little, he goes, right? Over there, yeah. So grab it high. Again, I kind of bird dog it one step at a time, cheek to cheek. Grab it high and you pull straight down. Sometimes you pull to the side and the flipping flag won't come off. How frustrating is that? So getting them to pull it straight down. I mean, 3rd and 4th graders, you still like struggle with those. So it'd be so awesome. Kids learn that there, and they have the kids like, then you punch it up in the air. You flip and punch it, and ask them why, you know, to show the referee, right? So you can blow the whistle for you. And then they coach them to hand it back like a gentleman. Hand it back. Nice job, 27.
Can they grab like an older levels? Can you like you're going for a strip?
Grab the ball?
No, like grab the jersey.
No, yeah. So we can't do we can't do that kind of stuff. It's just flag. And then you can't do flag guarding, right? There won't be loose on that kind of stuff, but flag guarding, like at our level, like the ball's going that where you get the flag guarding thing. So, some other things. Sean, come up here again. Now, what we don't want to do is grab the other one, right? Because safety-wise, he could run right through me. And it happened last year. A guy went to pull a flag, it was right in front of him, and the running back just ran through him, and like that doesn't build trust equity. You know what I mean? And it's hard when kids are little; they're just going to be scrambling. They'll try to do it. So, you know, don't go for the opposite play, and you can cut back now, right? So if I'm on one hip, it's like basketball defense. You can only go that way, right? So let's force in the direction. He cuts back, I'm right there, kind of thing. So, might need it for some more stuff. Also too, like we don't want to come at flags in the middle. Again, we're going to track that in your hip. Also for running, some safety rules. So if I am in front of Sean, he has to avoid me as the runner. He's got to try to move right or left, right? And he also just can't tackle kids. So there's going to be some kids that do that, right? It's like make sure too they got to we call it buzz their feet. They got to buzz their feet before they pull a flag. You can't just run through guys. Next step, so now we back up a little bit. Before I get cheek to cheek, I buzz my feet and get big, right? So tackling, our high school coaches talk buzzing feet, right? You want your feet moving. So if he moves, I can move with him, right? So I'm buzzing my feet. And for flag, I do this get big thing, and it freaking works for flag. It's amazing. You get big and corral the guy. You kind of force, like use your hands, and then. And I tell you what, I started teaching that in the winter. And there was a Browns Under the Lights camp at Brown Stadium for like kids. It was awesome. And 200 kids there in their stations, and I saw one of our kids, Franco Reddish. He was doing a flag pulling drill, and I flip him, saw him get big, and just nail us. So he's the only kid out of 200 kids that used that technique. I was like so happy. Bam, nailed it. So I teach get big. It doesn't translate to tackling, but that's pretty really great at flag pulling, so we can win games. Winning games is more fun than losing games. So get big, and then the next step is just tracking, right? So then we'll add the tracking part of the basic drill, 2 cones, right? He's not going to move. I'm going to track. Again, start at half speed, control the speeds, right? So and over week to week, add complexity, right? So we're boom, track, and then on my cue. You can't get big until I say so, and add discipline. So it's adding that part to it. And you track on the other hip, right? And then you just go, no bird dog, you just say go and you do it. So you can add things, and then you can add, okay, now this guy's gonna just go this way at half speed, right? You just start adding complexity. All right, and now he has the option to go here, cut back. He goes full speed, or hey, we're gonna let this guy win every time. Well, maybe by week 3 or 4, now it's live. We're not gonna let the defense win every time. Now we can just kind of have one-on-one. Another great drill that I like, go ahead, Sean. Probably the last drill I think for you guys, even for us, is a mirror drill. And Kirtland does this at high school. It's like the one tackling drill that they do. So you just have like cones, right? Like 4 or 5 yards, cones 4 to 5 yards. Have them track 2 whistles. The first whistle, right? He's moving side to side. When I mirror, I'm staying on the hip, right? I gotta stay on the hip, right? I don't want to get in front of him, right? So stay on the hip when you mirror, right? Have a string, belly button to belly button, right? Don't break the string. If he goes, broke the string, don't get slack on the string. But these kids need like visuals, so we give them visuals. And that second whistle, you can just, it's live, right? Then you can score. So it's a little confined. But listen to Kirtland, they do this drill for tackling like every day, right? Youth all the way to high school. They don't make it too complicated. So again, for flag, it's the same, I mean, really the same thing for you guys. Blocking, again, this USA Football has this organization. They have like kind of ways to kind of follow what they do. So you have the kids stomp their feet, slide one foot back, whatever's most comfortable, squeeze their shoulders, sink down. And we're in 2-point stances even in 6th grade. There's a Stanford study where like 2-point stances have 40% less head injuries. So for youth football, we're not allowed to go on 3-point stance, which is fine. So getting kids really good at a 2-point stance with the forearms here is pretty awesome. So rookie flag, if we get that, like forget about the rest of it. We'll be happy with that. But the next step is just having what we call get off, which is just 2 small steps. Sometimes we'll put like, use these dots, right? Like if you got some more of those dots, just give them a target. Because they're going to want to do this, right? They're going to want to do this. So making sure baby steps, 3 to 4 inch steps for how little they are, right? And they're keeping their posture. And then the next step is strike, right? Thumbs up, elbows in, strike, and then it's run their feet little steps. We just do that. For same thing for first and second grade. Like blocking just crazy at that level. If we do some drills, we'll start building it for later on. Right? Because we don't want this though. We don't want big steps. We don't want just leaning into. We'll have some of those like pads for you guys. Put them in lines kind of thing, or have the kids do it, or have them block you. But just getting them doing this little steps. Right? And also another one I like is make sure that their eyebrows below their chin. Right, so I'm staying low, right? So that's a big one. The kids can get that. My eyebrows below my guy's chin. You guys all know do handoffs, don't do anything different. Yes, that's handoffs, and kids are gonna want to do this. So let's do a lot of drills where I'll take the ball a couple times, and right, like they're gonna want to, just wait till it gets to your belly, run over bags, that kind of thing. I think that's like all the drills you guys really need for rookie flag. Yeah, 25 minutes, have fun. Eventually, if you got some extra time, do some fun ag drills. Sharks and minnows, guys. Like they love sharks and minnows. It's another great thing for kids to say if you got extra time. Man, that's right on time. I'm never good at timing these things. It's 8:01. Unless you have any questions, like rookie flag guys, like it's 5 weeks.